Hey yo, what up? This your boy Donte Allen, and thank you for joining me for the weekly breakdown. Now, the weekly breakdown is where we take a deeper look into the devotional that we did earlier this week, and we get to take a little bit closer look at the people involved in the story, and we talk about 2 practical things that we can take away from the devotional. All right? So this week we talked about the Thanksgiving holiday, and we talking about how sometimes we get so busy or so focused on the things right in front of us that we forget to say thank you. How we forget to say thank you to the people that help us out the most. Maybe it's our parents, maybe it's our spouse. But sometimes we just get so focused on the task right in front of us, and we forget to say thank you to the person right in front of us. Now, the story we talked about was when Jesus encountered the 10 lepers, and we find that in Luke chapter 17, verse 11 through 19. And I'm gonna read it real quick. I got it on my smartphone. You can look it up on your computer, smartphone, whatever you want. Starting at verse 11, it says, "Now on his way to Jerusalem, Jesus traveled along the border between Samaria and Galilee. As he was going into a village, 10 men who had leprosy met him. They stood at a distance and called out in a loud voice, 'Jesus, Master, have pity on us.' When he saw them, he said, 'Go show yourself to the priest.' And as they went, they were cleansed. One of them, when he saw that he was healed, came back praising God in a loud voice. He threw himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him, and he was a Samaritan. Jesus asked, 'Weren't not all 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? Has no one returned to give praise to God except this foreigner?' Then he said to him, 'Rise and go. Your faith has made you well.'" So what we're looking at here is 10 guys who had an opportunity to say thank you to Jesus because they all received this healing that Jesus gave them. Out of all 10 of these guys that got healed, and only one of them chose to turn around and to actually go back to the person that healed them, or go back to the person that blessed them, or the person that helped them, and actually say thank you. And when he said thank you, it wasn't just a, "All right, dog, I appreciate it," but it was an actual heartfelt thank you. I mean, he fell to his knees. He fell to the feet of Jesus, and he said, "Thank you so much for how you've healed me and how you've radically changed my life." I think 2 things that we can take away from this story is, number 1, we all have an opportunity to show thankfulness or to thank someone who's helped us in our life. I mean, there's so many things that we do that involve other people that we always have an opportunity to say thank you. Maybe it's saying thank you to a coworker for getting you a coffee when they didn't have to. Maybe it's just saying thank you to your spouse because they did the dishes. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything huge, but we have the opportunity to tell somebody, thank you for what you've done. I really appreciate it. This leads me to the second point. Whenever we tell someone thank you, we have the opportunity to show the love of God and to truly give God praise for what he's done for us, right? You see, when somebody thanks us for something that we've done, we can let them know, hey, I appreciate that, but praise God that he gave me the ability to help you out. Again, it doesn't matter how big or how small it is. When we recognize that all of our blessings and all of our abilities come from God, we also recognize that when we're able to help someone, it's because God has given us strength, given us the wisdom, or given us the resources to help that person. But then also, when we thank someone, we have an opportunity to show the love of Christ and to show our thankfulness, which I hope is always that it reflects the person of Christ. That when we thank someone, that again, it's not just this, yo, I appreciate it, thanks a bunch, but it's an actual heartfelt thank you. Our hope is that we actually allow the love of God to pour out of us so that they can know and feel God's love. All right? Hey, yo, what up? This your boy Donte Allen, and thank you for joining me for the weekly breakdown. If you like this content, go ahead and check out my YouTube page where you can get more of this, all right? Until next time, much love. Peace.